Our producer.
Nicely produced. Hello. Welcome back to Tifosi Time. This is episode 75 of your favorite Serie A podcast, streaming live, 9 p.m. Eastern, Monday, on Twitch and YouTube. Also available on every podcast. This is a Serie A podcast that one viewer recently said it's the Monday Soccer podcast that has you wishing it was Sunday every single day. So take that for what it's worth.
I don't even understand that.
I don't know. Listen, I just read them the way we get them. I don't interpret them. So this is I'm Frank. I'm here with Pietro. Same screen today.
Hi guys.
Special guest appearance here, and then Chris and Dan say hi.
Even on President's Day, we don't take off. You see that?
There's a holiday. I'm out of here.
How come we weren't invited over?
You were. Come on over. You can scoot behind us.
I'm good.
We'll cover you till you get here. All right, so a lot of stuff to talk about, guys. It's kind of a crazy week in Serie A where every team decided no one wants to actually win the championship, and they decided to drop points across the board. And we have some Champions League games coming up. So where do you guys want to start? Do you want to start with the Juventus game?
In all this, the whole team that lost something was Inter, 0 point.
No, Atalanta too.
Atalanta.
Atalanta lost. Atalanta.
Nobody got 3 points. That was the point.
Nobody got 3 points.
Yeah.
Guys, if we were winning Torino, Atalanta, we would be from the championship.
Yeah, so let's start with Juventus because he's right. They would only be 5 points behind if they would have pulled out the win versus Torino.
7 if they Inter win.
Yeah. Instead, 0-0, 1-1 draw. Sorry. You guys start off with this. I mean, Juventus had the lead, and then Torino scored. But what are your thoughts on this game?
There was 2 good players on the field, De Ligt and Bremer. That's it. The rest of the team sucks.
No. I would say Torino was good, really good.
Were they good or Juventus just sucks? They played bad.
I mean, I don't know what position our player play. I don't know. If you ask me why. And the genius of Allegri, he put Sandro in the middle.
Oh my God.
When he could be he put Zaccaria in the middle with De Ligt.
I have a question because I was working during this game, so I caught some of it. Where was Danilo? Why wasn't he playing center back? Was
Danilo
he out? He was out? Okay, I didn't realize that. All right. So they were really shorthanded because Rugani was supposed to start and he got hurt in warm-up, so he had to put Sandro there.
And it definitely hurt him because he was lost at the penalty goal.
It was not the whole option to put in there. Because you put in there Sandro, you have to switch to 2 people already. You have to put him in the middle and Pellegrini on the left.
Yeah.
When originally you start the formation with Sandro on the left and Pellegrini on the bench. So what you miss someone in place of Rugani. If you would have taken just Zaccaria playing German stopper, you would have put him in there, and you would have put him in midfield, you would have 4 midfield. And in case Zaccaria would have go up, Locatello could have take his spot because he played there right now. Sometimes, interchange of the position, which look like Allegri don't even know what he's talking about, what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead, Dan.
No, I was going to say, and it did bite them in the ass because the goal that Torino scored, I mean, Sandro just totally, slipped away from Belotti and lost track of him. And, and there was the goal. That was the reason. He was playing five yards off.
Before that, where he lost track of Belotti and did the little turtle header and, didn't come near it. The only reason he wasn't exposed was because De Ligt played a great game. And Sandro didn't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But, if this was a game where De Ligt, let's say, if they were able to get past De Ligt, who knows what would have really happened. So I don't know where this Sandro in the middle, even in an emergency, came out of. Because
he has done it in the past.
Yeah, my dad, when you change it just to one. No, I've done that's wrong. You never put him.
I'm not saying he's good, but he's done it in the past.
I think at the end of the day, though, even though we can say, okay, Sandro was bad on the coverage of the goal, obviously, let's just face it, Juventus did not play well, right? Like we were saying the week before that, when they tied out Atalanta, we could say they were growing, they created chances. In this game, we created no chances.
And then we thought Vlahovic would solve us a problem, but it looked like we were the Juventus of prior.
Yeah.
Of Vlahovic and Zaccaria. Now, what you say, Tridente, Trimoli, come dici tu. Tridente, when you leave it just Vlahovic up in there, just, and when you see Brem is strong, you don't even think to tell him just move to the right or the left, so at least we take this guy from the middle. If someone, what kind of coach we have?
Besides the one play where he dropped the ball back to Zaccaria and he one time passed it to Rabiot for the slight breakaway, they didn't really do much offensively. No. Any of them.
He played Tridente when the ball has to go in his defense to get the ball. Morata played back. And Vlahovic is just by himself up front. Where is our midfield to get attack in the middle?
Yeah, I mean, in reality, the midfield didn't do anything here, and we just got sucked back, right? Torino's a good team. Torino's not a bad team at all, and we know we all like their coach. So, it's not a matter that you tie Torino; it's how you tie them.
Yeah, but more than like the other coach, we can say our coach sucked.
Well, yeah, that's fine. We're not going to chance.
He doesn't have idea.
Torino, they pressure the ball more than anyone in the league. They make you not be able to play. So it's not uncommon for them to play this way. And we all like the way they play. And they have good players. You can't just assume you're going to go in and get 3 points versus this team. They have good players. Pobego, Brecalo, Singo, who's been playing awesome, Chris. Their team, Bremer, is one of the best defenders in the league.
Where they were playing, what position they were? They have them in the field.
Who?
What do you mean?
Out of midfield. Do you see them play together, sometimes close?
No, you don't see them interchange, give and goes or anything like that. They don't usually do that.
That's the problem with Juventus. It's been the problem, right? It's like they move, but there's no unity about how they move. Mm-hmm. McKennie might, or whoever it is, might run from one side to the next to the other, but it's not because they know, this guy's going to move here. They're interchanging nicely. They're creating space. They just run almost individual based in the moment. And it's like every time you put somebody in or a different formation, it's like they're playing week 1 as opposed to week whatever this was. What week was this? 20-something? There's no movement. There's no fluidity with them on the ball. So the other teams, they press us. And we can barely get out of our half.
But you imagine one thing, right? If this coach of ours, right, would say to Vlahovic, just move it to the right or the left in order to take this Bremer from the middle. So who they would have in the middle? Rodriguez.
Yeah, why don't you post up against Rodriguez a little bit? See what you can do with him. You'll throw him around, change it up a little bit. Yeah.
Well, that's not even saying that. He's saying that Bremer's going to follow him and just open up the middle.
Yeah. Either way.
Or somebody else to get in.
Yeah, it makes sense.
The other stupid guy, the people, Rabiot, who had to one play, he can never score. He never scored, that guy.
He's frustrating because he scores some beautiful goals and then he just
that wasn't that terrible. It was just off.
I feel like you got to hit the target. You have to.
Well, this went back to Juventus playing the style where we created, let's face it, 1 or 2 half chances.
Yeah, it was not good.
That's the problem. You can put Vlahovic, you can put Van Basten in the middle. If you don't get the ball there, no one's going to score.
And the last 2 goals who scored? 2 defense.
Yeah.
Danilo and Dalit.
Yeah, and now there's another problem. And now there's another problem because the ball is out. So now we're going to see our boy Kane or something like that.
That's just ridiculous.
Kane should stay home.
He's useless. He really is.
Yeah, I agree.
So wait, Dybala's out tomorrow?
Yes,
10
Dybala,
days.
10 days he'll be out.
So this is a perfect example though. Chris is right. If he puts in Keane and just starts Kane because Dybala's out, he's an idiot. There's no reason. If you only have more out than Vlahovic, then you got to put an extra midfielder.
Well, so here's the other option. He's going to put McKennie in the right wing. And
No, I'll tell you the option he has. He has a soul. He has Aki. What he has for? Mourinho I don't like him either. But he tied the game because he put young people.
Yeah.
But you think that's going to happen in the Champions
No,
League?
so I don't even think Ake didn't even dress for tomorrow.
Different. Not predictable.
If he had some sort of balls, Allegri, you would see Sole playing over there, right wing tomorrow.
Sole almost play like the ball.
Yeah. You would play him there.
You put a Sole. Come on.
Listen, this is a prime example of a coach just having a predisposition to not play young people, right? If anyone in America watches the NBA and they're Knicks fans like I am, their coach is a good coach, but he doesn't play young kids. They have no point guard. They have a young point guard. They won't play the point guard because he's too young. He's a rookie. The same thing with Sole. Sole's got skill. You're missing a guy like Dybala, but no, they'd rather put Keane there. For what reason? So he can run around for 70 minutes and not touch a ball? Like, what's the point? Like, at a certain point, you have to be accountable as the coach, right? Like show me some guts. Show me something.
Show me something that people don't think. Not everybody think. Don't be predictable.
Try it. Yeah.
I don't know why this surprises you.
Have an idea.
It doesn't surprise us, but it doesn't mean it's going to stop being frustrating, right? Because
it's not. But at the end of the day, he's not going anywhere, so it's whatever.
Even when you put in Kane, right? Like if you would have put in Ake yesterday in the game versus this guy, but put him on the wing.
Guys, tell me if I'm wrong, or try to understand what I'm trying to say. As a game. If instead of Sandro, you put Zacharias in the center, you have a recommendation, Locatelli said, because be in midfield, Zacharias is going to move from the center sometimes. But Locatelli, he play in front of the fence. So he used to say, when this guy move a little bit up, take his place.
And then you could have played
and
McKennie.
Then you McKennie, Rabiot,
Locatelli.
And you have Arthur too.
Mm-hmm. But
so you get to midfield.
To me, that would have made more sense than just sticking Sandro in, because I was like, all right.
And then I like Pellegrini. Pellegrini, I don't think he played well.
No.
And Lord, what are we talking about?
But either did Arthur.
It's enough to say Sandro. We don't like Sandro. Pellegrini, what he did? He didn't do that.
No one.
With the absence of Rugani, never mind Bonucci and Chiellini, Rugani because he got injured in the pre-game, right? And the idea to come to have Sandro in the middle.
Listen.
Oh, Sandro, you have Zakaria. If you put in the middle of the defense, right? At least he's a tall guy. Yes or not?
Yeah.
He has long legs, so they can move up. Just have to recommend the other midfield to say, take a spot when you move up. Switch position. What are we talking about?
So, I mean, again, this was they were in a pinch this game, so it's not going to continue to be like, I mean, I think Bonucci's even available for tomorrow. Danilo will be back.
He don't play.
He's not going to start, but I'm saying, I think Sandro being a center back is a once-in-a-year type thing. It's not going to happen again.
That's the broader problem, though, right? Like, he should know these players inside and out, where if something scenario happens, he should have the different options in his head. He should be like, just Sandro.
What I hate the most, at the end of the game, all the game, he said, we played good.
Yeah.
No, I don't agree with that at all. Yeah. That's bad.
We did a good game.
I don't know. But do you want the opposite of Mourinho just shitting on his players?
No, but at a certain point, you have to kind of say, like, it wasn't good enough, right?
Be honest. It's not honest.
It wasn't good enough. Like,
who played? If he would have said De Ligt played good, I would have accepted that. And everyone else, not so much.
I mean, Locatelli didn't play good. Zakaria didn't play great.
No one did.
It was really just De Ligt.
Even when McKennie came in, he was terrible. Quadrado was bad.
And McKennie is a perfect example, right? The guy runs, and he tries hard. But there is no rhyme or reason to where the guy runs. Like he puts him a little bit on the left, a little bit in the middle, then he runs to the right. I feel like McKinney is just like a lost guy, like puppy. He's just running around as much as he can.
He look like the midfield. They don't know where is the one guy, where is the other one.
Yeah, there's no like
where they see each other.
there's no like they're not placed on the field well where you could be like, oh, they're connected, they move together.
Well, I think I've read today Allegri sees McKinney as an all-out attacking midfielder. He said.
An all-out attacking midfielder. Well, that's great, except he doesn't have that high level of skill. So he can run, and he's adequate. He
cannot recuperate ball.
No, I think he could do more.
Yeah, exactly. I would say that's where you're going to have to benefit. If you want him just offensive just by himself, then you need a player.
He sees that because he sees him running into channels, and he likes that.
He sees him running into the box.
I agree with that, but he could be.
Sometimes the running is not the whole thing. You have to know how to run.
With purpose.
And you have to have skill when you
And
get the ball,
you have to know
too.
when to run.
You have to, you have to have skill when you get the ball, too.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, if you see two coaches say, take this part of the field and play in this part of the field, but take care of that part of the field. You know what he has to do.
Listen, we've been saying this for a while. I think the best midfield for me, honestly, what I would do.
Should have played there.
Well, I'm not.
I'm not a fan of him, but I think lately he's playing good. He's called the one who can pump the ball.
Well, I just think what you need to try to do, though, is you need to try to get Zachary in front of the midfielder. And you got to allow McKinney and Locatelli to go forward to support the forwards, right?
Yeah.
But as long as Locatelli is basically the second stopper there and he doesn't go five, like
but that's why you have to put Zakaria yesterday.
Yeah.
So you say, switch each other. One want to go up, one stay back.
that could have helped, I think. But I think he's got to find a way to get Locatelli to be able to attack the box, get some attacking from McKinney when he does his running, right? But, in the end of the day, there's got to be more than that. It's got to be more than just one or two runs into the box that make a midfield. Like, you can't put a guy on the field and just go, I want you to get in for
running without the ball in sediment, where they say,
that's what he.
run without my wife, the ball never get there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he likes about McKinney being an all-out attacker because McKinney ends up in the box. Okay, great.
I want to wrap up with this game because I want to talk about their Champions League a little bit for tomorrow. But just wrapping up on my point, this was a huge missed opportunity with every other team either getting 1 point or 0 points. They could have legitimately been in the race again for first if they would have won this game, which is really, really disappointing. But what I want to do, Dom, if you have the slide of the other game for Villarreal, just like a little preview thing, we can just look at that because we're not going to say that we watch La Liga. No, not that one. The one of the game, the preview. Yeah, it's that one. We're not going to pretend like we watch La Liga because we don't. We only watch Italian soccer, really. But just a little preview of Villarreal. If those who don't know them, they are in 5th place right now. I can tell you they were really poor in the beginning of the season. Like they tied 5 of their first 6 games, got 1 win, then went on a little skid. They've picked it up lately and are playing better. So this isn't as easy. When this was drawn out in the beginning, people were saying, oh, Juventus got a pretty decent draw. They're playing better now. So it's not as easy. And then with Dybala not there.
And Chiesa.
And Chiesa not there, this could be, it's no guarantee that they make it through. We've seen them lose to bad teams before.
You see, Dybala is some guy who can solve the game, who can score, right? But the way we play, I don't think we're going to miss him too much.
He doesn't make a huge difference because next time he's getting it.
Because
40
we
yards
play
from goal.
defense. You see, now they put a Quadrado on the right side for the trident. But Quadrado is going to end up to play midfield with 4-4-2.
Yeah, he's not going to be a winger. He's going to be more right midfield.
Now, these two people, Morata and Vlahovic, it's like they play forward, a lot up. Because our midfield doesn't get up, doesn't get close to them. So they're going to be isolated by themselves.
Listen, I hate to say it. If we pass this round, it's going to be because I think it's going to be because Allegri ball wins out. We're very good defensively. We don't give up a lot of chances. We win a game or 2, 1-0.
Yeah, you're eking out a victory, basically, just like they usually do.
But if you start giving up goals, they can lose to anyone. They can get knocked out by anyone because because we don't create chances consistently.
Yeah, you're right. And I think didn't they win the Europa League last year?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So there are no slouch. Juventus is 100% the favorite, but I don't know, they lose to
they
people all the time.
beat Atalanta, they beat Roma, they beat all the Italian team. They beat.
That's what I'm saying. This isn't a slouch.
Yeah.
We're not coming exactly in the best condition, right? We have a lot of injuries. We don't even have our full team. I mean, they probably have injuries too, so it's not an excuse. But I'm saying we tend to wake up a little bit more for the Champions League. But Allegri's going to have some ideas. His idea cannot be my first move, my only move is Kane off the bench, and if my defenders get hurt, I'm putting Sandro in the middle. That can't be his solve to the 2 games because we're not going to win.
This guy, the come in his mind to play Sole okay? No, never.
Like I said,
is Sole even on the?
Sole's on. I don't think Ake's dressed.
Yeah.
So just
Sole is the type of young kid that could resolve a game for you. if he who knows? I don't know when the last time he played a game was.
Dude, give him a free kick. He's good.
It'll be interesting to see Vlahovic's first game ever in the Champions League. I'm kind of interested in seeing that.
They will play against Torino. You see another bad game.
Here's the other thing. I don't know much about Villarreal's defenders, right? But the last 2 games, he really got his ass beat up by Demiral and Bremer, right? These guys were all over him.
They're very physical defenders.
Physical, that's what I mean.
You know what it is? Maybe in the championship, the other team or the other coach, they don't give
the respect.
Strict thing to say the defender stay on top of the guy, and maybe he has more freedom.
That's the one thing you have to hope for. They're not.
I mean, if they do any scouting, they have to be telling them to do that. I mean,
it's not just about marking them.
It's
not just about marking them, but it's what kind of defense they play. Do they play zonal marking? Do they play man marking?
Yeah, and then
what kind of defenders do they have? Not everybody has a Demiral or a Bremer.
Yeah, we don't know Villarreal that close enough to be able to say they're going to do this or that. Well, it'll be interesting to see tomorrow.
That's at 3:00 tomorrow, right?
3:00 Eastern time.
Who would have thought, though, at the beginning of the season, we would have been so upset to lose Rugani's availability for a game? He was playing well, right? He would have helped just having.
With him, we would not get a goal.
I feel like I said 8 times, trade him for N95 mask. I didn't even want him on the team.
But he settled in nicely to his role as the 4th defender. He played 7 games in a row.
Take your mask back, Chris. I want him.
If you think about it, he's not there. We have to play Sandro.
Yeah, exactly. I never would have thought with all these defenders playing.
Why do you think instead of Zakaria? Why do you think to put the Sheik?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I'd rather have him than
Chilio instead of putting Pellegrini too, who's not very good defensively, right? You would have put it. I don't know. It just seemed like.
That's Sandro left.
What about a young kid? Don't we have a young kid?
No, maybe.
No.
Sancho's days has got to be gone. That's the thing.
They're coming. They're coming. Relax. You got the season.
He counts on him.
He counts on him. That's why
you count on this guy.
That's why I have a hard time trusting him when you count on someone like that.
Dom, go back to the other screen.
I would trade Sandro for some Stella Dora cookies.
Oh hell yeah! You think you get a full pack though?
No, that's high in cholesterol, man. Go back to the other screen, Dom, with all the other tournament games that you had there. We'll talk about that briefly because every other Italian team in the tournament played except for Rome because that tournament didn't go. But in the Europa League, you had Napoli tying Barcelona. Atalanta was the only team that won. They came back from a 1-0 down to Olympiacos. Jim City scored 2 goals, so they won 2-1. And Lazio lost to Porto 2-1. And then in the Champions League, Inter at home lost 2-0 to Liverpool.
Atalanta is not in good shape right now.
They're not, but they won. I mean, they won the game.
Say, as much as you know me, I hate Inter as much as anyone else. I think Inter got hard done with that score.
Yeah.
I will say, they didn't deserve to lose 2-0 in that game.
Yeah.
Just for the game itself. Like they played pretty decent. They were creating chances, and all of a sudden Liverpool scored 2 goals.
I agree. I mean, I felt bad for them. I thought Inter played better than the 2-0.
Not that I'm rooting for Inter. I like to see Italian teams do well, and it was like annoying to watch the announcers act like it was just a matter of time. Like Liverpool, like, the cream rises to the top.
I'm rooting for them, even as a Juventus fan. I'm rooting for them.
I always say that too. I want the Italian teams to do well. I would love Juventus versus Inter in the Champions League. That's the final that I want.
If Juventus goes ahead and Inter's out,
I want them to lose.
But if Juventus goes ahead and Inter's out, then the Italian pool money only goes to
Juventus. Yeah, whatever. I still
want them to lose because you see, as much skillful we do, Juventus, they are afraid of us, and they go goof against us. They look they all the time.
I don't want them to win it all. I just was annoyed when the result outweighs the actual game, right?
Yes, it wasn't a fair result. I think that's the point you're trying to make. Yeah, we're gonna go to Inter then for their game this weekend because this was we would call an upset. A 2-0 loss to Sassuolo.
We call this a kick-ass.
They took it to him, man.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead. Who wants to comment on this?
I'll tell you something. All right, the Inter with this game, and Mr. Brozovic and Bastoni, which are two good players, right?
Yeah.
And then in the 11. But Sassuolo is a great team. Great team.
I've been saying that for 10 years.
They kicked their head. And it does prove to me, since I said in the beginning, if you find a team that attack them, they put a shift forward, they attack them,
dude,
they're going to find trouble.
They won 2-0.
Right now, they were missing Bastoni. The rise and
Brozovic was the big miss there. They missed him bad, Brozovic.
Oh,
Brozovic, they missed him. They missed him a lot.
The rise is not in good shape right now.
No. Yeah, but
our team that attack them, they lose their.
You substitute Brozovic with Gagliardini. That's a big ask to try to cover that. That was bad.
They won 2-0, and it could have been like 6-0. Like they were taking it to him. It was pretty impressive.
Tell the truth, I like the way Scamacca played.
Yeah, he played well.
It was just Napoleon, but he know how to play.
I don't know why this surprises you.
He look like he don't care when he plays, but he know what he's doing.
I'm actually very surprised not very surprised, but I'm surprised at how quickly we all need Trey Orris to be a pretty good player.
Yep.
But I'm pretty surprised how quickly he jumped in and just like
Chris,
you know you meant to say it's after him now.
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
Chris said this last week that the reason they got rid of Boga most likely was because Trey was playing so well.
I agree with that, but I didn't expect it to be like, listen, we're Juventus. We got a new guy. It takes him a year and a half to get into the game. It's a team.
Oh, Traore's been there a while. He's been there for a few years.
He has. He hasn't been playing.
He was from Juventus. It was Juventus.
I understand that, but
look at that top four with Fratesi as well.
Very good.
I mean, the team is ridiculous. If they didn't have Kidikash, their team would be ridiculous.
Don't count out Maxime Lopez either. He started that first goal by stealing the ball from Çalhanoğlu, and they got a short field to work with.
Listen, their defense is a little bit weak, but like they're from their midfield up, they have good players.
Their defense, is bad. The creation.
Yes. But they usually have Magnani there, don't they?
No, Ferrari was suspended.
And Ferrari. Mm-hmm. So but still, they could use some building in the defense. But their top four guys are better than Juventus' four guys. Not man to man. Vlahovic is worse or Dybala is worse, but they have four good guys that we can play there with.
The style is so much better.
It's not the four guys. They play like a team.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what
they play them, like that's the team.
They know where each other.
They all participate. Yeah. They all have a zone to cover.
Yeah, we have Morata, we have Dybala, and Vlahovic, but they don't look. There's any interconnection there at all.
Plus, there is the Berard every time you touch the ball. It does something.
Yeah. No, Sassuolo's style and tactics are so much better than watching Juventus. I will say on Raspadori's goal, if Handanovic just stands there instead of diving down, he saves the ball with his foot. Like, it went straight underneath him. I don't know what the hell he did on that. It was a terrible play from Handanovic.
If you talk about the goal, I think the goal that Juventus, the score against Juventus, I think Szczesny should do a little bit more. He could do a little bit more.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I think so. He could do a little bit more.
Consigli made a lot of saves.
He wasn't his foot. If he was like prepare, he could have get that.
Trying to remember the header where it went.
What?
I'm trying to remember the header that they scored on Szczesny and where it was.
It was near post. It was not his fault.
But Consigli made some good saves.
He did. He made quality saves. Which, Inter had 2 or 3 quality chances, and he saved them. They did have a goal scored, Inter, that was VAR checked because DeMarco did use his arm, and they got called back. So that was
fair to no.
No, it was a correct call. I will say.
If you remember, after he got DeMarco got the ball in his head, he touched the ball and passed the ball to somebody.
Yeah, it's like the goal they took away from Milan where Leal stepped on the guy's foot and then 2 minutes later they scored.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was the right call.
Yeah.
Martinez has been freaking terrible. He missed an open net. He could have easily scored. Yeah. He's been playing awful.
That's what it's a decline. Lautaro, Barella too.
De Vrij.
Well, okay.
And then most of all, Sunday Perisic didn't do nothing. He usually is good.
Well, and here's the thing: we started the season saying, "Wow, they lost Hakimi, they lost Lukaku, and look at what everybody else is doing," right? And that's what carried them. But now you started to saw the decline. If Martinez is not scoring goals,
and another thing, when Inter put on the field the Gagliardini, that's the way they want the time they lose everything. Because he's not there. He's not there.
Yeah, so
where's Gostin's coming back?
Gostin's, I think he's practicing. I don't think he's ready to play, but I think he's been,
he can
training.
Take his time now. I can't really root for him anymore. So he's not
that you're going to be so conflicted on that.
I know.
You're MVP.
I think.
Yeah, and this De Vrij and DeMarco, they're too quick.
DeMarco shouldn't be playing.
De Vrij with the situation it is.
Well, because again, this is a perfect example. DeMarco on a defensive 3 doesn't go. Like, we like him as a left fullback out wide where he can attack, not on a defensive line of 3. Where
in that second goal, the Scamacca goal, Traore crosses the ball from the left side. DeMarco is out of position. Perisic isn't running back. Scamacca has a wide open header. That was very poor defending.
You're looking at it, right? Perisic, Chodolugu, and DeMarco.
Yeah, it's not really defensive.
There's no one there that's going to really win the ball.
Yeah.
So, it's not. I don't know why coaches do this often. They put a guy who's a fullback and they put him in a defensive line of 3 to play in the middle. Like, those are totally different characteristics of a player.
Inzaghi believes he can play back there in the back 3.
The goal.
Anyone can play. Sandro, they put him there and he played. Does he play well?
The goal is Scamacca scored. The cost defense was Perisic. The whole thing he had to know he could do is to raise his hands like called off.
He wasn't even anywhere near him. It was terrible on both of them by DeMarco and Perisic, both way out of position. But this is, Inter is on a huge slide right now. They had, out of their last 5 games, the only one they won is the Coppa Italia game. They have draws and losses.
5 games, so they did the 5 points.
Yeah. In the league, yeah. So they're giving everyone that chance to step up and take the title, which I didn't think was going to happen.
Nobody, Milan or Napoli, they could not take the opportunity.
That's the crazy part. Is like, I really didn't think Inter was going to give a chance. I thought they were going to lose one game and then go back to it.
They couldn't take advantage.
How long does this slide go?
I know if it doesn't count, but if you would have won this Atalanta Torino, we would have been in the position to win the championship.
Yeah. Well.
No,
I agree, but you can't say that if
the way they play now.
Yeah. Do you guys have?
They try to lose a point, all of them. Milan with Salernitana. Che cazzo? For Salernitana, they say Salernitana play good. They weren't running.
Oh, let's go to that game. Put that game up.
That's it. But no, there wasn't a comparison between the two teams. If Milan would have played the way they would have kicked their heads.
So Milan tied 2-2 with Salernitana, the last place team in the league, which pretty disgraceful. Salernitana is not a good team. I know they have a new coach. We talked last week that Pirlo might accept it.
He's got more points now. This guy doesn't have more points than
Nicola. Nicola accepted the job. He used to coach Genoa. He takes the bottom feeders and tries to keep them up. It was his first game.
First game, 1 point.
No, more.
The team is bad.
And Milan started out fast. Salernitana's defense was atrocious. The first play, the first part of the game, Teo Hernandez just dribbles through the middle of the field, slides the ball to the middle. Messias is a wide open shot. They score real quick. You think, this is going to be a runaway. And then
Milan, you know what is Milan? It doesn't have the mentality of the winner team.
No, and they haven't had that.
Because
they are a very young team.
It's a game they should have won, especially in this situation, in this position. They should have won.
So I can say for me, Magnan's probably been the best goalie of the year. This game, he was freaking atrocious. The first goal, he comes out wildly, like 10 yards out of the box, trying to cut off a cross. It runs into a player, then Bonanzoli does a bicycle kick and scores. Terrible play on that.
The guy jumped more than him.
Yeah, it was
he came out on the 25 yard.
It was terrible. And then he did another play where he almost let up another one where
he tried to dribbling.
Yeah, he tried to dribble Bonazzoli, I think it was, and he left the ball and he almost let in another goal. That was his worst game that I've seen him play.
It was the worst game.
Yeah, by far. So they didn't even. Salernitana took the lead 2-1, and then Rebic saved them in the end from a shot from like 25 yards out. That was just in the corner. Goalie couldn't really do anything about it. But this is a terrible result for Inter. For Milan to tie the last place team.
I think we said this I said at right around the Christmas time where it was switching over. I said, listen, the first half Juventus had all the bad breaks. They lost points to everyone. Let's assume it's going to catch up to some of these other teams, and I think that's what we're seeing now. All these games that they're losing to some of these teams, they're just doing what Juventus did all at the beginning of the season.
The funny part is Milan has dropped more points against those bottom teams than Juventus. Like, they're doing even worse. So it's not just Juventus that you say, they play shit against the bad teams.
Yeah, but at the beginning of the season, I think Juventus bunched all their games up in the first 5 or 10.
Yeah.
You see, unfortunately, right, when you start the championship, you don't have to lose too many points in the beginning, because then it's hard to come up.
Yeah, they're all the same. Each game is worth 3 points. You want to win 3 points in every single game.
When you are behind 10 points, 11 points, even Juventus, it's hard to and now you found yourself, we found about 4 teams more points than us. It's now one team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have no room forever. You have to win them all because you're behind the 8 ball.
So even with this tie for Milan, they still do gain a point on Inter, which I guess is good. Dom, what other games we have? There was tons of other.
If Inter win the make-up game with Torino.
Yeah, they're
not easy though.
They had 1 point more than Milan.
No,
it's not easy because Torino play.
It's not Torino. It's Bologna. They play Bologna.
Bologna.
It's Bologna with their makeup game. I think.
Torino wants to make up.
Atalanta, I think.
Yeah.
Torino, they play for that game. Juventus to Torino.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just throw up any of them. I don't care which one you put. Because this is another. To me, not really an upset. Rome 2, Verona 2. I think we both picked. I know I picked this exact score last week, just based on the way the two teams play and where they're at. I thought Verona had a solid chance.
None of us picked Rome.
But Verona, the first half played good. The second half dropped.
Yeah, they played. They started out really quick. Scored 5 minutes in. Barak had another goal. He's got 10 goals. Then Caprari had a nice drop back pass to Meze. 20 minutes in, he scored, 2-0 in the first half. And then I guess Mourinho got fed up. He put in all these young kids. He put in Volpato, the 18-year-old, Bove, the 19-year-old, and they both score. That's how
he had the guts to put in there.
Yeah.
Both those goals were kind of weak.
Bove's goal wasn't bad. It was a hard shot near post.
The second one was a little bit lucky.
Yeah.
He never thought he would have passed like that.
Yeah, around the defender near post.
I didn't see this game. I only saw highlights, but Mourinho got kicked out again, right?
Yeah, at the end of the game, he got thrown out.
I know Mourinho, but he started to talk about
Juventus.
Juventus.
Yeah, he said. He said, "What did Juventus send you or something?" So he might get suspended more than one game.
That doesn't even make sense.
He should get suspended more. He's calling out the officials for match fixing. Like you should get suspended for more. And he will.
And you guys laughed at me. You laughed at me 2 months ago. I said, I think he's trying to get fired. Like, he's not trying to get fired, but he's an idiot, and he will get fired.
I don't know. I think the U.S. owners have a plan, and I think they want him there for the marketing part of it, too. So I don't see him having a quick leash with him.
How long he lasts? How long you can sell this?
I think the only way he goes if someone... An English team offers him something.
You say he won something, but the last 3-4 years he didn't know nothing.
The thing about fans in Italy is they're not stupid. They know the game,
especially Rome fans.
They're not going to sit there and go, "Oh, we have Mourinho. Like, let him do his stupid, chaotic thing for 4 years." They're gonna. I'm sure they're more mad at him than we make fun of him because we can care less, right? Like, how long until they're like, "Why is this idiot still here?"
But why we talk bad about Atalanta? We do even we have 4 years of contract.
Yeah, no, I mean,
for me, one thing if they were losing results but playing great, are they playing greght?
No, they're playing worse than they did with Fonseca last year.
They play better. So what's he giving them?
I mean, from the outsider who's not a fan of Rome, and people who are just tuning into the league, they're probably enjoying seeing Mourinho act like a moron and doing stupid stuff like that.
But we'll go back to us, and the statistic is. At this point, we have 16 points less than Sarri, 8 less than Pirlo. You know that?
Okay.
Like we were talking about?
With Allegri. Allegri made 16 points less than Sarri, 8 less than Pirlo. Understand?
16 is a lot. Pirlo, not that those guys are good coaches.
With Sarri, we won the championship.
Yeah. But.
Well, I mean, so the coach does make a difference. I don't know if that's the point that you're trying to make from that, but
he also collects
boogers. Sure, you make a difference.
He collects what?
Boogers.
He tried to defend Vlahovic. He say, guys, you don't have to beat him. He's young. And then he say he has to learn a lot. Now it's new. He didn't play enough. Make up your mind.
Well, first of all, no one's beating up on Vlahovic. We're beating up on the team that doesn't get the ball forward to Vlahovic. We're not beating up on Vlahovic.
Do you guys have any more comments about this game?
No, I'm happy about the result. I would have been happy at 3-2 Verona.
Verona should have won. That's for the first half.
That first half. The second half, they didn't do much of anything. But that first half, yeah, they put away their chances. That's the thing. They only had a few shots.
Was lucky because he put those 2 young guys and then turned out to score for him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have lost another game.
So Rome dipped to, I think, 8th place, which is, they just keep sliding down the standings. Dom, go to another game.
Nice transition.
Yeah, I'm not going through transitions. Just pick another game. Fiorentina 1, Atalanta 0. For a couple things, Atalanta, 55% of their team was bought by the Boston Celtics owner. So more Americans are owning and joining the league, which is great. And they got money. And I think that's huge for Atalanta, and that's huge for the league. And I thought it was really great to see that they, people are investing. And to see where Atalanta came from, where I think their owner bought them for $12 million when he bought them. And to sell 55% of the team for, I don't even know how much it was.
Said 455 million.
455 million. That's ridiculous.
5%.
So it's about a what? It's about a $950 million valuation.
Dude, that's pretty crazy for Atalanta.
For Atalanta, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
that's pretty nuts.
I mean, they're in Champions League. It's not a small team.
It's awesome.
I think when they bought Milan, they bought less than that. You know, less
total, yeah. Because they were in financial hell too, though. So the Atalanta's in a different situation.
But the Fiorentina, you know, the old guy I didn't like in the Fiorentina, the play was Castroville.
He hasn't played.
He did not play well at all.
Standout.
I was surprised why you put Saponara or he had somebody else.
The standout for Fiorentina was Gonzalez. He played a really strong game.
He played beautiful.
He was attacking on the wing. He set up the Piontek goal. And I will say for Piontek, he doesn't do much during the game. He hustles his ass off, yes, but he finishes. I still
don't like him.
He missed the penalty shot.
I don't like him either. He misses tons of penalty shots. It's like a third one he missed.
I still don't like him. He scored, but I still don't like him.
I mean, look, it all depends on what you're looking for, right? Like, if he gets the form back consistently, and he's a guy that gets the ball and scores 20 goals a season.
The other guy that bought it, what's his name? Cabral is better than Pratt.
Yeah, Cabral is way better than
Cabral's in some hot water.
If you're looking at skill,
is he? What happened?
I sent you the link. He's staring up and down the PR girl.
Oh, I forgot about that. Listen, I'm not saying Piontek is good or has tons of skill. I'm saying he's doing what he was paid to do. He's putting the ball in the back of the net.
Because Daniel, this guy Sotil
has improved a lot. Yeah, I agree.
I think they're a better team with Torreira there too, man. They need to make that permanent.
Now he dribble people.
So I believe about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I said I see the end of Atalanta coming, and you guys all laughed at me. Are you willing to tell me that possibly I'm correct?
Are you saying? What are you saying? The end that they're not in the Champions League this year?
Decline.
Yeah, no more Champions League.
Because based off that purchase from the Boston Celtics owner, the Atalanta is here for the next 50 years.
First of all,
it's a decline. Listen, next game, yes, Demetrio and Demir out.
Who's Demetrio?
Jim City?
No. So I'm saying decline in the sense of I think they've flipped enough people. They don't have the same movement that they used to have. Them used to make them great. They're not in the same physical condition.
Okay.
Nothing with the end.
They don't have a Gosens. They don't have
Gosens.
So this season, you're saying?
No. I'm saying it may take 2 years, 3 years to start a new cycle.
No.
To find your next Gosens, to find Muriels that's informed. No. You think those people are easy to find?
So first of all, they have the best scouting. Their youth team is the best in the league.
They're always number one.
They have money now.
Even if you think about Boga, right? I guess Juventus did a good game. Yesterday, he disappeared.
I'm just saying it's not as easy to replace a top fullback in the world, Gosens, to get a Muriel who scores every 49 minutes. Right, Zapata, who was scoring. Like, these guys were in tremendous form, and the team was playing like a machine.
It's an off year. It's an off year. I think it's an aberration. I think next year they'll be back.
Minimum, it's an off year. Don't say they're going to turn on.
One thing I give you a right. Since the American took there, they have money to spend.
Yeah, exactly.
But I tell you, you know Atalanta, how they used to play, they scout people not know at all. People that nobody knew. Now maybe
you think they're going to stop doing that? I don't think they're going to stop doing that.
Maybe now with these people that have money, they see that guy, they take the name.
No, I think this could stop them from selling people like Gosens.
I think it'll keep them from selling people like Gosens, but in the meantime, you've already sold a bunch, right?
Yeah.
Like Castagna, Gosens, like all these people. Like, I still haven't seen that 1 year where they had Gosens, Castagna, the subs that were good. Like,
Hadabor.
They haven't been able to get that same quality. I'm sorry.
No.
Listen,
Pizzella and Zappacosta are not the same quality.
Exactly.
Maybe the American want to do that. Want to keep on doing that. sell people.
I don't think
that's
so.
probably why they got their valuation, right? Because isn't Atalanta one of the few teams not in debt?
That's what I'm saying. They're in the green all the time.
So for evaluation, it wasn't like I'm buying your team and I have to pay off a ton of debt. Like, of course, I'm going to get more money. The asset's worth more money.
Going to the actual game, Atalanta did score during this game. Malinowski almost saved them again, but VAR called them offsides. It was another nice shot.
That was a goal.
I thought that was a goal too. I didn't like that offside call.
It was a pretty tight, stupid call, I thought.
But in the end, I mean, they didn't play well, and for them to get no points, I can't really disagree with it.
Listen, it helped Juventus, right? Because now with the one game in hand, they're tied.
Yeah.
Right. So at least,
but you don't know if they win.
Listen, we don't know anything. We don't know if Juventus wins, but at least virtually they're tied, right? Assuming if they win. Before we were 1 point ahead, if they're 1 point behind, if they won.
No, but you see, they play Bologna, Atalanta, right? And Bologna is
no, they played Torino, I think.
Atalanta. With Torino, it's easy.
No, it's not easy.
If they get one good game like, first of all, I tell you, Juric play like Gasperini, the same style, physically, the same movement,
pressure.
Like Verona. So it's nice.
From the same coaching tree, no? Like he worked under him. So
he worked
under him. Not like
I really want them to do these makeup games already, so we can have everyone on the same playing field, and so we can really see where everyone's at.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not rooting against Atalanta. They're still one of my favorite. If I'm not rooting for Juventus, I would like to see Atalanta too. This year we happen to be fighting fourth place with them, to get in the Champions League. So I'm glad they're a little bit in decline. I would much rather have them ahead than Inter, right? But but
Napoli, but they miss
I just think it's not as easy as we can say. The factory keeps producing players. Yeah, they find players are good, but it takes a bit to get the top players, right?
You see, yesterday they could get a 3 point. Instead, they got a 1 point.
Who?
Napoli and Milan.
Oh yeah, let's go to the Napoli game, Dom.
This was before you. Oh wait, yeah, this was 1-1, right? Napoli.
And Cagliari was supposed to win in there.
This was
Cagliari played better, a lot better.
Oh, Spino let in the worst goal I have seen.
That's
and then he makes some ridiculous saves.
Yeah, so that's
the ball bounce in a place, and you don't imagine.
That's the thing. Like he just totally misplayed Pereiro. Left-footed curler, far post, bounces in front of Ospina, and he totally misses it and goes in.
Was he cross-eyed or something?
I think I don't know what he was expecting. He just totally misjudged it. But I can't even blame him because he made 3 huge saves during that game that it could have been 3-0 just alone.
They could have lost easily.
And then Osimhen comes in off the bench. Him and Ruiz didn't start. They cross the ball into Osimhen, and he scores. He scores to tie it up late in the game. 1-1 draw.
Some people already criticize Spalletti because they say you should have played with the number 8. What's his name?
Ruiz.
Osimhen in the beginning.
Yeah, but they just played Thursday too. Like they just had a midweek game.
This is a bad tie, dude. Really bad tie.
Maybe they thought they would win.
I don't know. Well, obviously, he thought they would win. That's why, it's against Cagliari. They're the bottom 3 team. You expect to win against them. But Mazzari's got other plans. He's the best coach in the league.
He played for Serie A. Now he played to stay in Serie A. Now the worst game is when you
listen. Can you read the bottom line underneath the thing? Dom, make it bigger for him so they can see this. Cagliari have picked up 12 Serie A points in 7 games in 2022. 2 more than they earned in the first 19 games of the season. They're on fire. Mazzari's coach of the year.
Mazzari, coach of the year.
They're playing. They're getting points. They're getting results.
The Cagliari is playing good. It's playing good.
It's got to start somewhere.
The mentality has changed so much. Oh, we only lost 4-0 to we're tying Napoli.
Yeah, right. Like, no, I said that Cagliari wasn't getting relegated. I think I don't think I had them on the bottom 3.
It's Genoa, Salernitana, and Venezia.
No, please no.
But that's a huge point for Cagliari. That's a good result and a terrible result for Napoli. Which again they did play on Thursday.
They have a 3 point in there. You saw the game.
I watched the game today. They should have won, Cagliari.
100% better.
Yeah.
They got robbed. Yeah.
Once they got in there, they scored with Napoli.
Dom, do we have any more slides for other games or no? Yeah, go to the rest of the round. We'll quickly go over that. So Samp versus Empoli. Our boy Quags finally scores 2 goals in the actual play. All of his goals were penalty shots until now, and he scored 2 goals. And Falcone, another shutout. Just want to point that out.
It's a Quagliarella, 39 years old.
Yeah,
he's trying to show up.
They talk about Ibranovic, who is the Quagliarella. They forget.
Yeah,
Quagliarella never got a lot of respect.
Quagliarella made it in Serie A 130 goals.
Quagliarella never got the respect he deserved, even when he was in prime.
Well, I think I said this before. If you remember, during his prime, he had a huge stalker situation in his prime, and it totally messed with his head. And that was part of the reason why he didn't get to the heights that he was at. But go YouTube his goals. He has the most beautiful goals in the history of the world.
He's easily one of the best finishers.
Yeah,
in the
he's
league.
very, very skilled.
Even when Juventus, he played good.
Yeah, I feel bad that part of his prime was kind of ruined because of that, whole thing. But
you got to be mentally tough.
Frank, you got a girl stalking you. I don't know what the girl is doing, but it's got to mess with you a little bit. What else we have here? We have Venezia and Genoa tied 1-1. Rovella did play. I know you guys are on Rovella watch. My boy Portanova tried to score a bicycle kick. I love
$20 million. Can you believe that?
I like Portanova. Stop making fun of him. I think he's good.
I think he's playing well.
He's got a good head of hair.
He does have a good head.
Portanova, he played well. Okay.
Yeah.
He improved. Yeah. I don't know what he played.
Yeah, no, he's all over the place. He runs it all game long.
He doesn't fit perfectly on Juventus, where everybody else runs all over the place.
He doesned know where he plays.
He didn't start this game, actually. He came in and he was a ball of energy off the bench.
Yes, a lot of hair, and then he's in there wrong. He run a lot.
Yeah. Lazio, another team that's in the top of the standings, couldn't get 3 points. They tied Udinese 1-1.
I refuse to even watch the highlights of this game.
Why?
2 teams I dislike a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't root for any of it. I don't have any interest.
And then Bologna was 1-0 down to Spezia, and then Arnautovic scored 2 goals. That was the late game today. Bologna won 2-1. Yeah, they were losing. That was a huge 3 points for them because they haven't been playing good. And Sassuolo is the only away team to win this round.
There was
Oh, did I not write to win? Sorry, only away team to win this round. You found the mistake, producer. Good job.
White out.
Yeah, let's go to the table.
A lot of ties this week.
So in actuality, it didn't really change up top at all. 1 through 5 stayed the same. You got Milan, Inter, Napoli, Juventus, Atalanta right behind. Lazio, Fiorentina finish out the top 7. Rome keeps dipping. Verona staying steady. Torino staying steady. At the bottom over there, you have Salernitana, Genoa, and Cagliari in the bottom 3 still. I do not know who Venezia's makeup game is against.
But still a little from even Sampdoria has to be careful.
Yeah. The bottom 7 teams are all in danger. Samp, Spezia, Udinese, Venezia, Cagliari, Genoa, Salernitana.
I think on the left side there, I think Verona is going to make top 7. I really do.
You think they're out?
I think they out Lazio, and it's going to be Fiorentina and Verona.
I think Roma.
I think Verona is going to beat. It's going to go over Fiorentina.
I think Fiorentina and Verona are going to pass Lazio and Roma.
No.
I don't think so. I think Fiorentina's coach, Italiano, is good enough to make them hold in the top 7.
Yeah, but I'm saying Lazio is going to drop.
Yeah, he's saying Fiorentina and Verona will be ahead of Rome and Lazio.
Rome and Lazio, God, how bad is that for the Rome teams?
Well, neither. Team that drop more, it's a Rome and them.
Yeah. Dom, you want to go to our predictions? So nobody did really well this week. I mean, I got the Verona game exact score.
I think the Verona win. Damn it.
Yeah. And then Pietro got 2 games, the correct results. So right now the standings are Chris has 47, I have 43, Frank has 40, and Pietro has 34. He's slowly climbing up. He's getting there. That brings us to our picks this week. If you're new to the show, we each pick a game. And we say who's going to win, and we also give a score. You get 1 point if you get the winner correct or the result correct, and then an additional point if you get the score correct. So we're each going to pick one. Please say a sentence after your pick. Just please. Who would like to go first?
Let's go Sassuolo Fiorentina.
That's a good game.
That's a good game. 2 good coach teams. I'm going to say Sassuolo's home. I don't know. This is tough. I can see any result here. I'm going to say 2-2 tie. I don't know. I don't have any.
His sentence was, "I don't have a reason." Very good, Chris. You gave me a sentence.
The thing is, I legit can see any result there. I love both the coaches. I love both the teams. Like,
and what you said 2-1 Sassuolo?
Yeah.
Frank?
I also think 2-1 Sassuolo. Just coming off the high of beating Inter and being home, I think, because I could also see any result. But I think Sassuolo, has a little bit better play and more offensive options. So.
This is a very tough game to predict.
I think they're very 2 very close teams. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Sassuolo's defense isn't good enough to get a shutout, and Sassuolo has enough offense to get at least 1 goal, so I'll say 1-1. Who wants to pick the next game? Do we want to pick the Juventus Villarreal game?
No.
All right. So somebody else pick a game.
Empoli Juventus. Juventus has to get to 3 points. They lost at the beginning.
Okay, so what's your prediction?
2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
Empoli is 100% going to score on them. 100%.
I say 2-1 Juventus.
I kind of want to pick tie.
Pick it.
They're going to drop points again to Empoli.
Empoli's not terrible.
They haven't been playing as good as they were at the beginning of the season. I'm saying 2-0 Juventus also.
Yeah, I'm saying 2-0 too. I was going to pick tie, and I picked 2-0.
Who didn't pick a game? I'm going to pick Lazio Napoli, I guess, because that's like a marquee game, I would think. Even though I think Lazio has no chance in this game. 3-1 Napoli.
Yeah, I put it 1-1.
This is a tough one.
2-1 Napoli. Even though they're on the road.
I'm going to say 1-1 too.
Wow, sorry faithful over here. You guys are.
No, I just think Napoli's not playing that great right now, and I think Lazio's enough people.
Lazio could be get the game of the year.
Yeah, I think they're going to be up for this game. They're home, so.
All right. Who didn't pick a game?
Frank.
Me.
Yo, Torino Cagliari. That's what I'm looking at. Wait, or Genoa Inter? No.
Maybe Atalanta Sampdoria, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a tough one.
2-1 Sampdoria.
He picked a game for you, Frank.
Guess we're going with that game. 2-1 Sampdoria, you said? I'm going to say 1-1.
Chris?
2-1 Atalanta.
Falcone's the X Factor. I'm saying 1-1 draw. Condreva. I know that's the thing. Like Samp has a lot of players I enjoy watching. I'm gonna say 1-1 draw.
They put him back in the middle again this week. He wasn't on the wing.
Listen, they need to get him the ball. He had another assist. Don't question it.
8 assists on the season, I believe.
He's insane. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for us, guys. You have anything else to say?
That's it. Like, subscribe, tell your family,
friends, if you have them.
Your family.
Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff, podcasts, everything. Enjoy the Juventus game tomorrow. I'm leaving work early tomorrow so I can watch it.
Just
Just our producer, yeah. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
A little delayed on that bye there, Frank.